Can you go over circular arguments, like, real quick? There's no such thing. Guys, there's no reason a definition can't be circular. Not that my definition of woman is, but it doesn't have to be. People start pretending there are all these, like, rules about what a definition can be. There aren't. Words can mean literally anything.
I mean, what's the point of... I mean, R.I.P. philosophy, right? If words can just mean anything.
Gabagoop, grabadoop.
Yeah.
Darbish-marvin.
Yeah.
Chigamine, Ride Davidors. Kipples, Northland.
Right. Very...
Orbit Gum.
Very informative.
Orbit Gum. County. Male Soda. Book.
Circular reasoning.
Cup CD. Vitamins in eyes makes grass fire.
How come they never say triangular reasoning?
I don't even know what that means.
Why? I mean,
I just said a whole bunch of gibberish and I don't know what you're talking about.
Wouldn't triangular reasoning work too?
What do you mean?
Well, it goes in a circle-ish. I mean, it's just an angular circle.
Right. No, but it's just this is the dumbest. Okay, first of all, the reason that we try to stray away from circular definitions is because we want definitions to actually provide utility and use and meaning.
Right.
Okay. Something that even Vaush, he pivots this all the time. He's like, well, the whole point of language and definitions is to provide utility in our society. But now it's like, well, you can just throw all that away because words can mean whatever I want them to mean. It doesn't matter. That's literally not true. That's literally not true. That's one of those things that a Dunning-Kruger person says they think it's smart, but it's not true. Words cannot mean anything. Words only have meaning if other people know what the fuck you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
If I make a bunch of gobbledygook mouth sounds like I just did, it doesn't mean anything to anyone. And thus defeating the entire point of communication.
Right. Yeah. They don't want to communicate though. They want to obfuscate. Look at that, like a champ.
There you go. I'm impressed, Adam.
I was looking up Ibram. Doesn't Ibram X. Kendi have a circular definition of racism? Everyone was calling him out. Yeah.
Ibram X. Kendi.
Yeah. Remember the definition that he gave? I don't think I found it. I think someone pulled this out of his book. Franklin Marshall. Ibram X. Kendi defines racism as racism is a marriage of racist policies and racist ideas that produce and normalize racial inequalities. Is that, I mean, that's the definition, I guess.
Well, it's not a circular definition. It's a definition that uses it so it doesn't define anything because it uses the word in the definition.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. That's so stupid.
That's from How to Be an Anti-Racist, though, because he gave a talk, and the definition that he gave in the talk was obviously circular.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't find it. You're better at
hilarious
at the Google than me.
Right.
The reason we choose definitions and use them is to serve utility. But they never get to that.
Look, you got it right.
But that's if you say, okay, can you define what a floorbow is? And they say, well, a floorbow is a very large floorbow. Okay. Oh, well, it's just, you said it could be circular. I'm using the word to define itself. Who cares? It's totally fine.
Yeah. Floorbow, huh?
Yeah, a floorbow. You don't know what a floorbow is? Adam doesn't know what a floorbow is.
When you drop your bow on the floor, is that a floorbow? I'm winging it here, but
no, a floorbow is a very specific type of exercise. You know, you remember Ty Bo, Billy Blanks from like 90 years ago?
Yeah.
Floorbow is like that, but you do it on the floor.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Right.
That point in the argument. I wish I could get to that point in an argument with a conservative. Like, do we think it would be better to use woman in a way that includes trans women as opposed to only referring to cis women, you know? But they
Okay, there's a reason you can't get to that part in the conversation because the conversation is broached in a dishonest way. If you started with that question, Vaush, then the conversation could actually be about that. But you don't start with that question. You start with already declaring that a trans woman is a woman.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
That they're
So
indistinguishable.
you're trying to this is why, but this is insane. He's like, I can never get to this part in the conversation. It's like, but that's intentional on your guy's part, is to never get to that point in the conversation. You're trying to just say, oh, we're declaring this to be true, accept it.
Right, yeah. Yes.
they can't get to that point because they would lose that argument or because they're not smart enough to have it. So instead, it's like, well, actually, woman can't mean that because woman means that. Like, that's not how definitions work. We choose these words. We construct these definitions. And nobody ever defers.
Why did they say Pluto's not a planet? I mean, if we just choose whatever we want to choose, why didn't they just say, hey, fuck it, Pluto's a planet?
Yeah, why did they screw over Pluto? Why?
It's almost like we construct words and categories based around things.
Right.
And then when information comes in, we say, hey, maybe this thing doesn't fit this category. We say, oh, okay. We don't just say, well, words mean whatever we want them to mean, so fuck it.
Let's just change the category.
Yeah.
We don't want to hurt Pluto's feelings.
Right.
Pluto might get upset.
That's right.
Guess what? Pluto doesn't even know that we exist.
You don't know that.
Pluto doesn't know its own. Pluto never thought it was a planet.
Listen. How dare you speak ill of Mickey Mouse's dog? Okay, he's a loving and kind individual.
What happened to? What is Pluto now? Just like a snowball?
Yeah, it's a space snowball. Yes,
I like it.
That's what it is. That's what Pluto is.
We call Pluto random debris now. Random space debris.
I think it's called a dwarf planet. So there you go.
We're the ones who lost out. Our solar system lost an entire planet.
I know.
We thought we were big shit. Now, not so much.
Not so much.
We were trying to get to 10, and we lost a fucking planet.
Or like, there's a planet X out there. We're going to get to 10. Nice round number, 10.
We were at 9 planets. Now we're at 8. What the fuck?
Going the wrong. I tell you, Adam, society's going in the wrong direction.
It is. What next? 7?
Are you gonna get rid of Uranus next?
Yeah, exactly. Huh? What happens to my anus next?
They're gonna say, listen, too many kids in elementary school are making too many butt jokes.
Right.
You need to get this planet out of here.
They're gonna start calling the gaseous planets clouds.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitions to refer to like a colloquial, broader understanding of something. You know, definitionally, like that's not what definitions are for. It is a true and important criticism.
Okay, even if everything he's saying is true, if a word meant something for 99.9 repeating % of all human fucking history, and it meant one thing,
right?
And you want to change what it means suddenly now at the 0.0000001% hour, you need to provide the argument for it. Okay. You're the one who wants to change it. You need to provide the argument for it.
That's a giant update. Everyone has definitions in their heads.
Yes.
That you can't just, this is why people get pissed. You can't just change the definition. There's not like a software update that goes out to everyone. Oh, we're using a different definition now. Okay, let me update. They don't know.
And they're also dishonest about it because the question is never answered. Well, why do you want to change the definition?
Yeah.
What's the purpose of that? What are you trying to accomplish?
We want to make trans women feel better.
Mm.
That's what they never. Why don't they just come out and say that? Listen, trans women get really depressed that they're not just categorically the same as cis women, and we want to fix that for them. Mm-hmm. That's the goal, right? Am I
that is
incorrect about this?
Right.
I mean, I feel like everyone kind of knows already. Isn't that the goal? I mean, yeah, that's the goal, right?
That is the goal.
To say that they're trans women are indistinguishable from, like, if you had a trans woman and a cis woman, you wouldn't be able to tell them apart. You wouldn't be able to distinguish them in any way, shape, or form.
I'm going to change the title of the stream to Vaush sells sophistry and civil war.
Oh, really?
That's a good title, right?
I guess. I mean, we're kind of in the middle of a stream and you're already
Who cares?
retitling.
Listen, do things on the flow here. Okay.
Right. I like it.
Definition that is entirely self-referential is pointless. It gives no meaning. It is definition. Wrong. Even if a definition is pointless, that doesn't mean it's not a definition, Rivera Life. You're falling for their bait. A definition...
What? What?
Let's go. Wait, you gotta listen.
I mean, what's the point of a definition if it's pointless?
That is entirely broader understanding of something, you know? Definitionally, like, that's not what definitions are for. It is a true and important criticism. A definition that is entirely self-referential is pointless. It gives no meaning. It is definition. Wrong. Even if a definition is pointless, that doesn't mean it's not a definition, Rivera Life. You're falling for their bait.
What?
So, well, he didn't even address the question. The guy says a definition that's just entirely self-referential is useless.
Floor bow,
which is true. Yeah. Right. Floor bow.
The perfect example.
Right. A floor bow is a large floor bow.
Yeah. Well,
but then he doesn't.
Floor bow is a floor bow too. So
that is true. He doesn't even address the point. He just says that's not true because definitions can be whatever we want them to be. Well, that wasn't what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he wasn't said, Vaush. I mean, technically, anything could be whatever we want to be for using social categories of language. Okay. The question is, do they provide some utility? And that's what his point is. It provides zero utility.
Self-referential.
This is why people,
yeah.
Right.
Circular definitions have zero utility.
This is why people were mocking Ibram X. Kendi's racism.
Exactly.
Definition.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Come on, Vaush. Vaush got kind of destroyed in that woman debate this was the Ogwood debate. Vaush didn't leave that debate and go, oh man, I really stepped in it here. I need to reevaluate my strategy here. You know what he did instead?
What?
He didn't post the video on his channel.
Oh.
He ran. He ran. He ran.
Definition doesn't have to be meaningful. It doesn't have to be useful. We want them to be meaningful. We want them to be useful. And as it stands, I don't think woman is a useful definition outside arbitrary social categorizations. Even if woman only meant like a tag that people got assigned to determine how they treat others and how others treat them, that would be nothing but self-referential, but it would still mean something. Like, think of it this way, guys. Think of it like a tag in like a coding language or whatever, okay? Even if woman literally only meant that a person was a woman, if we had a broader cultural understanding of what women should be treated like relative to men, then it would carry meaning even if the definition was entirely self-referential.
This is such fucking nonsense, because how would you teach that to children?
Right.
That would be like the class would take 3 weeks. Like, what the fuck? You'd be like, a woman is a woman. All the kids would be like, uh-huh.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
what is a woman? Well, a woman is a woman.
Right.
But what is a woman? Well, a woman is a woman.
Yeah. Like, the kids would be just like, you can't give us like a hint?
Imagine an alien coming down, okay, to Earth.
Right.
And you're trying to explain to it, and you're like, well, there's men and women. I go, oh, what's a man and what's a woman? Well, a man is a man and a woman is a woman. No. But what is a man and what is a woman? Well, a man is a man and a woman is a woman. I don't understand what you're not getting here.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Even if woman only meant person who is a woman or who identifies as a woman, if we have broader social ideas about what a woman should be treated like, or what like categories they should fit in, or what attitudes or beliefs should be assigned to them, then that definition has meaning because of adjacent cultural context. Why does the definition of woman matter when right-wingers call us queer people pedos without betting an eye? Well, the truth is it doesn't. I don't care about a consistent definition of any of this shit. There are no consistent definitions anywhere. Literally, like, go look at, like, any definitions when it comes to, like, nationality or...
So, he admits that, well, according to his worldview, there are no consistent definitions for anything. Okay? So then when he asks someone to define a woman that includes all women, he's asking them to do something that he knows is not how words or definitions even work in the first place.
Wow, you're right. He totally outed himself.
Yes, yes. Now his responses would probably be something like, "Well, that's my position. The people who are giving the trans women are not women argument,
Do believe
they
in
have a different
definitions. Yeah.
definition of what a definition is." And it's like, okay, that's true, but they don't think that all definitions are universalistic because that's not how definitions work.
Yeah, obviously.